And good morning. It's so good to be with you all this morning. I hope that line stays across the TV there because I wore my tennis shoes this morning.
Well, I have on my little thingies.
Allegrias. Yes, you do, and those are wonderful.
They're hot. Oh, you can see mine underneath.
You can.
But they're really comfortable, folks.
Yeah, I can't wear sandals yet because I haven't had a pedicure.
Well, see, that's why I looked for these because the toes are covered.
That's very good. Yeah. I'm Nancy Kaysen, and it's good to have you all with us this morning. I have a little gift shop called the Red Ribbon, in case y'all are wondering why I'm dressed like this.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
That's it. We're going to celebrate St. Patty's at the Red Ribbon Saturday. We'll be open from 10 until 3, and if you come in wearing green, you get 17% off.
How cool.
Of whatever you buy, except the things that are already marked down on sale and consignment items. But that's the reason I have this on this morning, to remind you. And this is Brene Beatty, retired.
Yep. Retired.
Mm-hmm. And it's got that right in my mouth. Okay.
I'm glad you didn't bring me one of those.
And we are so glad to be with you today.
We are.
And let me tell you, Brene and I are over this weather thing. But
it's spring.
It's not supposed to be yet, but it's supposed to be 81 degrees today with 30% chance of rain.
I know. And, did it break the record yesterday?
I
never did here.
I think it did.
I know. It was hotter than I don't know what. And I was working out in my yard. And
good for you.
No, I can't move.
Not good for you. But anyway.
But, I mean, it was, I needed to. And it's so much fun when you're retired because, you don't have to get it all done in one day.
That is true.
You can do a little bit and then you can go in and you can kind of
drink a little lemonade and do what.
Lemonade, yeah.
But do you know what we were doing 19 years ago Tuesday?
That was the storm.
Yes, that was the blizzard of 93.
Blizzard of
so
93,
folks,
yes.
in 19 years, the weather has shifted considerably.
Considerably.
Now, that is not to say that we might not have.
Next year.
Or even this year, because Easter's not till April the 8th. And, we don't really have pretty weather continually until Easter. And,
Paul said, he was talking, he said, it looks like it's going to be pretty warm for the next, few days. But he said, I think we might could have some cold weather in April. All the little flowers are going to go.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we usually try to start out your day by telling you what's going to be happening this weekend. And
get your pencil and paper.
Yes, get out. Phone numbers. Yeah, Renee said get your pencil and paper out. Lee University hosts the Jakovic Ensemble, and they will be there tomorrow at 7:30 in Squires Recital Hall. Now, this is like most of the things at Lee. You don't have to buy a ticket.
But you have to have one.
You have to have a ticket. I'm taking this thing off. This is awful. Spitting feathers. But you have to have a ticket. So you need to call them 614-8343 at the box office. And their hours are 3 to 6 at the box office. And you need to call and be sure that you have a ticket, or you can get a ticket at the door if there are any tickets left. But there's limited seating in the Squires Hall.
Yes. Okay, speech and debate attorney judges needed.
And they are needed.
Yes, they are needed. They need approximately 400, so they need a lot of them. The tournament is going to be March 22nd through the 24th at the Westwood Baptist Church. No experience is required, and there will be an orientation provided. You have to be 18 years old and be a high school graduate. They'll give you refreshments and meals throughout the day, and if you need a certificate of community service, that will be available on request. It will last 3 hours. So for more information about this student organization, visit www.ncfca. .org.
Because it's a nonprofit.
Yeah,
.org.
That's right. Okay.
And I have friends that have judged that before, and they say it's wonderful that the students that they're judging are just phenomenal.
Good.
Now we're going to make a face mug at the museum.
I think that sounds so cute.
I think it does too, and I have to work at the shop.
Darn.
But the face mug party is March the 31st. There's going to be 2 workshops from 10 until 11:30 and from 1 until 2:30. Children are welcome over the age of 7, but they must be accompanied by an adult.
Yes.
And there is a fee for this. So give a call to the museum, 339-5745, and they will tell you all about this face mug party. You're going to make a mug, but it's going to have a face on it. It's going to be really cute. And it won't be until the 31st, so we'll tell you about that again next week.
Okie dokie. Cleveland State Bridging Culture Series is having their next event, and it will be Journey of the Lost Boys of Sudan. It'll be this Monday, coming Monday, the 19th at 7 p.m. in the George R. Johnson Cultural Heritage Center on the Cleveland State campus. And if you don't remember or aren't aware, these are like little boys, maybe 3 and 4 years old, that had to hike to find shelter and refuge from the wars in Sudan and everything. And it was just an amazing story. And anyway, that will be held next Monday, and it's free to the public, and it's made possible by the Merck Foundation in cooperation with the Cleveland State Community College Foundation. And if you need more information, you can call the college. And I don't have that number right offhand.
And being retired from there, you don't have that number memorized?
Zip, nope.
Okay.
Lost it. When you
All
retire,
right.
you lose all this stuff.
Now, because it's no longer
I don't have to call it anymore.
There you go.
They don't expect me to show up.
Now, last week Stephanie talked to us about the Cleveland Cutie Contest.
Yes.
Now, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, all of you folks that are out there that have babies, because Brene and I found out that we do not qualify.
Darn.
This is in conjunction with the baby fair that Sky Ridge Medical Center and My Mix 1041 and the Cleveland Daily Banner will be having, and it is going to be April 15th at the Museum Center. But the Cutie Contest, the deadline is Friday the 16th.
And you need to vote.
That's tomorrow. And so what you have to do is submit your baby's picture and take it up to the banner. And they said you can do no smaller than a 4x6 and no larger than an 8x10. So you have today and tomorrow to scramble around and find that really cute picture of your baby. And I've forgotten, but it seems like it's birth to 18 months, and I'm looking, but anyway.
I'm thinking that's what she said last week.
But it's a really cute contest, and then there will be judges that judge the baby, and then you'll have a best of show. That's not the right thing to say.
People's choice, she said.
People's choice. The people will vote for a nominal little fee on who they think's the cutest baby, and that little fee is going to go some like cystic fibrosis or something, and so that will be the day of the event. But anyway, this is the Cleveland's Cutie Contest.
I think that's such a neat idea.
I think it is too.
Okay, FOLA, that's Friends of the Library Book and Coffee Series, will be tomorrow's March 16th.
Because the 17th is Saturday.
I know. Gad, my life's just on the skids.
That's what happens when you retire.
It does, it does. Anyway, at the Craig Miles Johnson House, that is the one that is the old library. Okay.
And across the street.
Across the street from the new library, because the new library has part of an older home.
Right, but this is the one.
Yeah, when it was
the history library.
Yes, thank you. I'm not doing well this morning. Okay, it's at the History Branch, and it's at 10 a.m. with Lynn Dunlap, and she'll be reviewing The List by Martin Fletcher. It's set in post-war London, and it's a perspective of the Holocaust as it tells about those who escaped to Britain just before the outbreak.
Ooh.
So that ought to be pretty interesting.
Very interesting.
Yes, yes. And that's open to everybody. And then attention tweens, the Tween Zone Book Chat will be held March 16th at 4:30. And you'll be discussing your favorite wimpy kid book. I think that sounds cool. And then the Tween Zone Lego Club. I think this is so cool.
Oh, I love Legos.
Now, the tweens, this is for kids 7 to 12. And they have this Lego Club. And if you have any Legos, if your kids have outgrown them, and you have them, if you could donate them to this group, because they meet and they build things, and I think it's a great activity.
I have a toy chest full of Legos.
Oh, the library.
My son will be home today.
Got to talk to him.
And they're his Legos. I'm just the keeper of. So let me find out.
Yes.
Because if it's okay with him, I'll take him over there.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. Okay, and there will be an e-book workshop on downloading books to an Android device on March 16th. That's tomorrow.
Yes.
God, lots
Friday.
of stuff are happening. Earth to burn.
coffee instead of water.
Okay? I know, I was trying to be healthy. Anyway, you can get information about all of this in the Cleveland Daily Banner, or you can go to clevelandlibrary.org, because there again, it's a nonprofit.
And we do thank the Banner because they
Yes.
help us get through this every
All of our
week.
lists,
You know, we
yes.
start on Sunday, clipping from the
Yes.
paper, and we get all this information. Now, today is International Women's Day at Lee, and Ellie Fall from Lee is going to be with us in just a little while, so maybe she can clarify this, but there's going to be a liturgical service in that gorgeous Lee Chapel.
Yes,
It's so
gorgeous.
beautiful. At 10:45 today. And the service will offer a mix of Reformed and Anglican tradition, including the Gloria Patri and communion. So, and Matt Krebs is going to be the organist. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Dr. Matthew Krebs, okay? And he's a professor at Lee. And then Dr. Philip Thomas, I can't pick on him because I don't know him, who's chair of the instrumental music department, will be on the piano. So when Ellie gets here in a little while, I'll double check with her and be sure that this is, because I know that chapel's small.
Yes.
I think it will just seat like 250 people, so we'll see if it's open to the public.
Right. Okay. And to date, all this horrible weather we've been having this year and last year with the freaky 80-degree weather in the 1st of March. Anyway, there's going to be a weather spotters class planned tonight. That's tonight at Lee University at 6 p.m. The National Weather Service, along with officials of Cleveland-Bradley County Emergency Management Agency, will be holding a free weather spotters class in the university's Math and Science building. Bob Galt, a member of the Amateur Communications System, that's ham radios, expects a capacity crowd. So what you need to do is, it doesn't say anything about, last year's class was attended by approximately 60 people, and it was a week prior to the April 27th storm, so they expect a capacity crowd. So it doesn't say anything about call. I guess you just show up. But those completing the class receive a 2-year certification in the National Skywarn program, and it's the National Weather Service's network of volunteer storm spotters who have received training.
Very good. Now, this is not until April the 7th, but you need to go to your garage, to your basement, and into your closet, some of you, because the Household Hazardous Waste Day will be April the 7th, and it will be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And Cheryl Dunson from Santec
Yes.
will be on with us on April the 5th to tell you everything you need to know. But go ahead and start collecting those items. And you must be a resident of Bradley County to take
Yes.
your things out there. This is not sponsored by the state. This is Bradley County government, Santec Waste Services, the KAB, and Cleveland Utilities. So these are
Yes.
things that you need to get out of your house, and you cannot put them in the regular trash.
Right. Or you shouldn't.
No, and we have lots more things.
Yes.
But we're going to have to take a real quick
Yes.
little commercial break here, and we'll be right back with our first guest. So do not go away.
Well, darn.
I know. I promise you.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Hi, I'm Brittany Jackson. Join me every Wednesday night at 6:30 and midnight, where we will highlight local sports, chat with coaches, and discover new tips every week. Only on In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson.
Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open in Cleveland. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is an incredible treatment, clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, migraine headaches, even sprains and injuries. It is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level, providing an array of health benefits. So whether you're dealing with a weekend sports injury, chronic condition, or looking for anti-aging, you owe it to yourself to explore what Hyperbaric Services can do for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what 2 of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day. When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, took about 25, 30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
And we are so glad to have you back with us. I started to say, put that yellow stripe up there, Jennifer, so my tennis shoes don't show. I promise to do better. I promise to get a pedicure and wear my sandals next time. Our guest today is Ariana Kim, and she is the 2012 Distinguished Young Woman. And she's here today to talk to us about what's happening Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
What's happening Friday?
Okay, Friday is this year's Distinguished Young Woman program, and the Distinguished Young Woman of Cleveland 2013 is going to be given her medal, and I'm going to be giving it to her off of farewell. It's kind of bittersweet. But the program starts at 6 o'clock on Friday, March 16th, and you can buy tickets. They're $15 each. You can buy them at any of the 3 local high schools, Cleveland High School, Bradley High School, or Walker Valley High School, and at the Orange Blossom Boutique, and also Perry's Petals.
How neat.
Yes.
All right, now, for those of you that don't know, the Distinguished Young Woman used to be called the Junior Miss
Yes, formerly
pageant.
known as.
Formerly known as. It'll
Yes.
probably be that for the next generation.
Yes.
But tell us why we are no longer the Junior Miss and why we are Distinguished Young Woman.
Well, a lot of people actually, contrary to popular belief, it's not a beauty pageant.
No, it's not.
A lot of
No.
people think it is because they see the pretty dresses and the girls up on stage, but it's really not. It's a scholarship program. And I actually got $2,200 for winning last year, and so you can use that towards the college of your choice. And so they thought the name Distinguished Young Women better fit the program because Junior Miss kind of sounds pageant-y, but they thought Distinguished Young Woman fit the program better.
Now, it's Distinguished Young Woman, and do you say pageant or do you say contest or what, or is anything go with
Program.
that?
Oh, scholarship program.
Scholarship program.
Yeah, that's the
okay.
official name.
Because, see, I'm sorry, you just, you have to follow these old folks here.
It's early. It's early for us.
But it used to be the Junior Miss pageant, so
Yeah.
that's the reason I asked if there was what the little tagline was. But
Yes.
it's scholarship program.
Yes, ma'am.
That's great. Well, now, how many girls are in this scholarship program?
There's 19 this year, and they remind me so much of last year because we had 19 last year too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So we have them from Cleveland High School, Walker Valley High School, and Bradley High School.
I think there's 2 homeschool girls, and they're representing Gateway Christian schools. So
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
we
good.
got the whole variety.
Very,
that's
very
very
good.
good, yes.
Now, tell me what comprises, what all you have to do once you're in this
Okay, there's a
scholarship
lot
program.
actually you
Yes.
have to do. I know a lot of it is judged on stage, what you see that night, but there's also stuff that's judged off stage that
Right.
you don't get to see, which is the scholastics portion. You send in your grades, like your transcript and the classes that you take, weighted, like what kinds of classes you're taking,
Right.
and also your standardized test scores, like your ACT score, your SAT score, PSAT. All those are taken into consideration. And then there's also the interview portion, which is done the day of. And then on stage is the talent portion. You get a 90-second period to do whatever your talent is on stage. And this year there's a lot of dancers and vocalists and people playing instruments, and there's like theatrical performances, but pretty much you can do anything, because I heard one girl did turkey calling in another state. So
I think I read that in the paper.
Yeah.
I really do believe
yeah, it's
I
a funny
did.
story.
Yes.
Kind of
Uh-huh.
circulates through the program. But also there's the self-expression, which is when you have your S score, and there's some wonderful guys participating this year, and you answer the question on stage. And then there's also the fitness portion.
All right, so you all do a physical fitness routine to music.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now who has choreographed that for y'all this year?
Whitney. Her name is Whitney, and she used to go to Mountain Laurel Studios. And
Okay.
so she's definitely been helping us with that. She's great. She's
All
a
right.
great choreographer.
What's the song that they're going to be physical
Well,
fitnessing to, or do you know
The
that?
fitness song, I think it's called Happy. It doesn't really have words in it, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's called Happy, but
All
there's
right.
no words.
That's funny because Well, I've judged several junior Miss pageants and Miss
Oh.
Tennessee preliminaries all across the state, and there was always a theme.
Oh yeah,
You
we
know-
do have a theme.
Oh,
this
okay.
year.
What is your theme
It's
this year?
Carnival de Cleveland, kind of like a Cirque du Soleil
okay.
kind of thing. We have a ringmaster, and I have a little top hat for the opening number, so we went all out.
That is
Cool.
neat.
That is neat.
Now, the ones I've judged before, we didn't have this, what did you call it when you have the escort?
Oh,
Self-expression.
self-expression.
Self-expression. So you don't know, or they don't know, I'm acting like you're in it, but you've already been there and won, bless your heart. You don't know what that question's going to be.
You actually find out the night before.
Oh, you do. So
Oh.
it's not like some of these Miss America contestants that
Yeah,
have,
it's spontaneous, but it's not exactly spontaneous,
Gotcha.
you know, so.
you can think about it so that you don't say something
Yeah,
really
they tell you to
dumb.
have points in your head. I mean, if it's rehearsed, they can tell. And I mean, sometimes if it's rehearsed, you'll blank out on stage. But it's good to just have some points. They have kind of an idea of what's going to go on.
All right, so we get points for that. We get
Yes,
points
ma'am.
for the Scholastic, which the girls Friday night have nothing to do with that. I mean, that's already done.
Yeah, it's already been
Yeah,
scored.
we hope that they did good grades.
Yes.
And then the interview,
Mm-hmm.
the judges' interview. That was the one that most of the contestants, when I judged pageants, they were so nervous about.
Oh, yes. The interview is one of the most nerve-wracking parts. And I mean, I was nervous too when I did it my year. And also, I did the state competition after, and I was nervous then too, but I think it went really well. And I mean, I always tell them, I give them advice, don't think about it too much, because then you'll psych yourself out. And just, because really they just want to know you. So, I mean,
Right.
who knows you better than yourself? So just kind of calm down and just let them know who you are.
Well, I know when I judged, I used to just try to put them at ease right off. You know,
Yes.
because they would come in and some of them I thought were going to pass out before they got to the interview. But I mean, it's a scary situation
It is.
because you girls don't know us and we don't know you, so it's kind of a little scary situation.
Yeah.
Kind of like, what kind of questions do they ask you? Do you
Well, I mean,
remember?
they ask you, you have a bio that you submit, a biography about yourself, maybe like your achievements, favorite books, favorite movies, and usually if you put a lot on there, they definitely ask you questions from that.
Oh, okay,
definitely.
good.
Whatever you put on there, they'll take information from that, so that's good. And then they'll also ask you questions maybe about your character, how you want to be remembered, what you took from the program, what you hope to take by the end of it, just a lot of different things like that.
And that kind of lets them know about you.
Yes.
And so those two are actually, like you say, those are not done on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the stage.
Yes.
Now, how do they select who comes out first to do their talent?
Well, they have 3 separate groups. Last year they had the sequin, the pearl, and the diamond, and I was in the sequin. And I mean, I was contestant number 1 last year. They did it by height, and I mean, I'm really short, so I was number 1. But so I thought I was gonna have to be first for everything, and I was like, oh my goodness, but it's not like that because they have it in groups. So they'll have, maybe for the talent, they'll have diamond, pearl, sequin, and then for the fitness, they'll have sequin, diamond, pearl, and they'll have it kind of changed up.
Now, what was your talent?
Oh, I play piano.
Oh, good. So what did you play for them
I
last
played
year?
Butterflies and Hurricanes, and that's one of my favorite pieces to play, and I've been playing my whole life, so.
That is neat. Now, are you going to, when you go to college, you have this scholarship money that you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
that you can spend. Are you going to major in music or do anything with the piano talent that you
I
have?
think I'm going to major in English, because that's my passion, and my goal is to be an English professor, so.
Well, my son is an English professor. I don't put anything in writing in front of him anymore. I do not email him because he takes red pencils and corrects it. All right, now let me ask you, you're a senior this year.
Yes, ma'am.
So the girls in the scholarship program are juniors this year.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that was different from when I used to judge it years ago. Junior Miss was seniors.
Oh.
And so this is great. So you get a whole year to represent the student
Yes, I
and
love
women.
it like that.
What
It's
all have you gotten to
awesome.
do?
I've gotten to do a lot of things, actually. I was making my farewell video, and I have my community service section, so I got to kind of look back on that, and it was kind of nostalgic. But I received a certificate of commendation from Mayor Tom Rowland, so I got to meet him, and that was really awesome. And I got to thank the Cleveland City School Board at their board meeting and the City Council, and I got to thank them for all their support of the Distinguished Young Women program. I also got, like I said, my passion is English, and reading kind of goes hand in hand. And I got to read at a lot of the elementary schools around the community, and
How
that
neat.
was a ball. I just had a blast doing that.
And I'm sure they enjoyed having you there too.
They were precious kids. And I got to speak at the Rotary Club, and I'm trying to think. what else I had in there? Oh, I had an interview here. And then I also had one on the radio. It was Steve Hartline. It was Mix 104.1. And so I just got to do a lot of those kind of things.
He does that. He tends to pick on people.
He did it when I was there, but he was nice to me.
Very good. Well, it was what I call Lori Calfee is a real dear friend of mine, and Lori is one of the people that does the Distinguished young Woman pageant. So I called her and she said, let me tell you what you need to do. Ariana needs to come because that is what she's supposed to do this year.
Yes.
Is she's supposed to represent the Distinguished Young Woman and go out into the community and do these things. So, have you enjoyed doing that?
Oh, it's been the most incredible ride ever. Like, this has been such a wonderful year. It's just unforgettable, like unparalleled memories. Like, I will never forget. This has been such a wonderful experience.
Do you think it has given you a little more poise and a little more,
Oh, yes, definitely.
you don't feel quite as uncomfortable being in front of people?
Yeah, it's a lot easier. I've taken a lot from it, skills that I know I'm going to use in my future and at college, like speaking in front of crowds and having self-confidence in yourself and knowing that you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Now, where are you going to go to college? Have you decided?
I'm going to Lee University.
Well, how nice.
Yes.
Our next guest, or one of our guests coming on, is Ellie Fall, and she's at Lee, so she'll be tickled to
that's
death
cool.
to hear you say that.
And then for graduate school, I'm thinking about Vanderbilt University.
Bless
my
you.
degree.
That's wonderful. Vanderbilt's a great school.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Definitely.
It's a very expensive school, but it's a great school. So, now where are you in high school this year?
I go to Cleveland.
All right, so you actually were one of the contestants from Cleveland High School last year.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, are we kind of split up? Is it kind of like equal as to how many are from each high school for this year, or do you know?
I mean, it's pretty equal. I feel like there's maybe a few more Cleveland girls. I think that's how it was last year, too. And then Walker Valley, I think there's less Bradley than Walker Valley, if I'm getting this right.
Okay.
And then there's also, and then I said the two girls representing Gateway Christian Schools.
Now, tell us again, because everybody's going to want to know, it's Friday night.
Friday night, 6 o'clock at First Baptist Church. I don't know if I mentioned that. I probably should have. It's the venue. And then you can buy your tickets at any of the 3 local high schools, Cleveland, Bradley, or Walker Valley. You can also purchase your tickets at Orange Blossom Boutique or Perry's Petals.
And about how long does this last? It starts at 6, approximately?
6, I mean, I would say maybe 9 at the most,
Okay.
9:30. It
That sounds good.
varies, you know.
Well, we've had the time change, so it won't be real dark at 9
Yeah.
o'clock. You know,
No.
some people don't like to drive in the dark, but
Right.
$15 and you can buy your ticket at the door. So if you get to the Orange Blossom, or where was the other place?
Perry's
Petals.
Petals,
Perry's
right
Petals.
next door.
Oh, Joe will love me for forgetting.
Yeah.
Perry's Petals. Then if you don't get there, you can buy your tickets at the door. And I know Lori told me that she said, be sure you tell everybody to come out. The girls have worked very hard.
Oh, yes, it's going to be a great show. Everybody
She said
worked
it's going to
so
be a
hard.
wonderful
Yes.
show, and of course the scholarships are given
At the
according
end
to
of the award
amount
ceremony.
of money that they raise. So, Ariana, thank you so much. I
Thank
really
you for
appreciate
having
you
me.
being,
Yes,
and
I
you've been
enjoyed
a
it.
wonderful guest, and I'm
Thank
sure you've been a
you.
wonderful distinguished young woman this
It's a
year.
mouthful.
So it is. Judy Riss was a whole lot easier. But thank you so much, folks. Don't go away. We'll be right back, and we do thank Ariana for being on with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, gal. You're a joy.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Hi, I'm Brittany Jackson. Join me every Wednesday night at 6:30 and midnight, where we will highlight local sports, chat with coaches, and discover new tips every week. Only on In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson.
Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open in Cleveland. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is incredible treatment, clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, migraine headaches, even sprains and injuries. It is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level, providing an array of health benefits. So whether you're dealing with a weekend sports injury, chronic condition, or looking for anti-aging, you owe it to yourself to explore what Hyperbaric Services can do for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had a recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what 2 of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much, and Felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, took about 25-30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
And we are back, and we hope you all have stayed with us because we have Miss Ellie Fall from Lee University.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell us what your position is at Lee.
Okay, well, I am the new Director of Community Relations at Lee, and I'm also the Encore Program Coordinator. So,
And that's kind of what we want to talk about today. And if y'all have noticed that this program today is kind of lovely young people that we're having on, and that makes Renee and I feel good. So Encore is a wonderful program at Lee. So explain it to anybody out there that may not know what it is.
Okay. Encore is an educational enrichment program for people 60 and above, and it's a way that you can come onto our campus and experience class and life at Lee. So there are two options with Encore. There are sort of two routes. To enroll in Encore, we start enrollment every August and every January, so the start of each semester. And then you have two options as far as Encore goes. You can take traditional courses, which are a bit more of a commitment. They last all semester long, about 3 months, 2 to 3 days a week. And you can pick from a large number of courses that we offer on campus. And so those courses are actually with traditional students at traditional times, traditional parking problems, things like that. So it's the more brave option of the two. But you can also choose our mini courses, which are specially created for Encore students. They're just for Encore students. They're taught by Lee professors, and they're a little bit smaller of a commitment. They usually last 4 to 8 weeks, depending on the class. They just meet once a week for about an hour up to 2 hours. And it's much less of a commitment than the full semester long. So we have a good mix of both on our campus, both the traditional courses and mini courses. But mini courses are probably our more popular. And those classes are wonderful. You can pick from several different classes. We try to offer a variety each semester. We always offer a variety of computer classes, and those range from the very beginning of turning on a computer and getting comfortable with it to emailing and downloading photos and things like that, more practical uses. And then there's also a computer class that is especially for learning the basics of Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel and things like that. And then as far as other classes that we offer for mini courses, we always try to offer a foreign language. We've offered Spanish, Chinese language and culture. We've offered lots and lots of art classes. Observational drawing was one of our top classes that was in high demand. We've offered photography courses, and these are all mini courses that I'm talking about. We do offer the full semester long courses and lots of things like this as well, but these are just the mini courses. Local archaeology has been the one that we've taught this semester.
Oh, wow. Ooh,
Yes.
I would have liked
and
that one.
They're actually taking their students on an excavation in the Cleveland area, so that's really wonderful.
wow.
We've done lots of classes on Cleveland history. It varies every semester. So each semester we'll offer something new. So including this next fall, we'll offer new classes for the mini courses as well. So it is definitely a fun.
Now, the regular classes, those would be just like when I was in school, we had people that audited.
Yes.
So it's kind of, Encore is kind of like auditing this class. You
Yes.
don't do it for a grade.
You can choose. If you would like, now there are a handful of Encore students that want to challenge themselves and see where they fit. And so they take the tests, they participate in the projects, they have an attendance score, and they can choose to take the class for credit. But by far, most of them take the class to audit, just to sit in on the lectures, be a part of class discussion, things like that. And then that way, for those that do take on the full commitment classes, the traditional courses, they have a little bit of flexibility, where if they miss a day, they're not going to be falling behind in their grades or things like that. So it's a good fit. So you can choose to do them for credit or to audit them.
And the cost for doing this.
That's the best part.
Yes.
There's just a $25 programming fee each semester, and under that programming fee, you can take up to 2 courses on campus. So those can be traditional courses or mini courses, or one of each. It doesn't matter.
Even those for credit?
Even for credit.
That's right.
Yeah.
$25. I mean, that's
can't beat that,
Do y'all take
uh-uh.
Visa and MasterCard?
We
and
do.
Discover?
We
There you
do.
go, folks.
Of
No
course.
reason to not take this. I think this is wonderful, and what I love about it is it keeps your mind.
Yes.
You know,
And Lord knows at this age we need to keep
That's
it
right.
going,
If you're
don't we?
60 or older, then
Uh-huh.
it'll keep you just to know that you have to be somewhere, and that you're going to have to do a little bit of thinking.
And along with your programming fee, you also get a student ID from Campus Safety, which is wonderful. It gives you lots of discounts around town that
Yes, it
traditional
does.
students get as well. You're eligible for those. And then you also get into our rec center. You can get into our rec center for free with that. You can get a parking pass. You can go to all of the plays, all of the concert series, the presidential concert series, all for free with your student ID, because those are
Wow.
free tickets for students.
Right. And the community concert series that we do when we bring groups in, we bring 4 or 5 groups in once a year to Lee, and we use the con center. The student ID gets you in free because
Free.
we've had some people who used to purchase tickets that are now encore students at Lee, so they get to come into our concerts free.
Wow.
Which, that's nice. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
you know,
is.
it's nice for them. I'd
For
like for
the-
them to buy tickets, but
Yeah, I started
it's
to
really
say,
nice
yeah.
for them.
Uh-huh.
So all these wonderful benefits. And they get to use the library?
Yep, they can use the library. They can use all of our campus computer labs. It's all open to any Encore student. They get treated just as a traditional student would with their campus ID. And you also get a parking pass, so you are eligible to park anywhere you like on campus.
If you can
That you
find a
can
place.
find a place.
Although with the mini courses, we do try to schedule those where during times that are less congested, so that it is a
good.
little bit easier access into buildings and things like that. Because that's difficult when you're not used to that and you're not used to fighting for your spot to get into campus. So we do try to do that.
I have a Facebook page, but I don't know what to do with it. So I wish you all would offer a class on Facebook.
On Facebook. Well, that is a very good suggestion. I'll have to make a note of
Another
that.
one is Picasa.
Oh,
You know,
yes, uploading your photos.
Somebody put my photos on Picasa, and now I don't know what, I can't find them. I can't do anything with them. I mean, you know, it's just, I would love a class on Picasa.
Sure, we should do a class on social media. That would be wonderful.
It would, and I would sign up for that one, and I have no idea what Picasa is.
That's where you lose all your pictures and you download from
Very
your
good.
camera.
Very good. I mean, you're talking to the lady that called it iTube, you know, so I have no idea what we're talking about. But I'm excited about this. How long have we been having Encore at Lee?
It started in the fall of 2007.
Okay. Fairly new program.
It's a
then.
fairly new program, and it has grown dramatically. At the
Do you know
beginning,
how many students?
we had 156 students this past semester.
Wow.
Wow. And that was between the mini classes and just taking the regular classes?
Yes, ma'am.
Are the professors okay with me sitting in to their Religion 101 class as an
Oh,
audit?
absolutely. Absolutely. They love it, especially when a lot of times there will be Encore students that will sit in on like history classes or religion classes or things like that, and they can add a whole new dynamic to the group discussion that
I could see where that would happen. Yeah.
20, 21-year-olds can't add to, and it really becomes a wonderful addition to the classroom.
I think that's great. You don't happen to know where the archaeology class is going, do you? I think that's so much fun.
We should all crash their party.
I really want to go. I want to go see what they're digging. Yes.
I don't know. I know that it's Dr. Dirksen and Dr. Jones on campus, and they are taking them to some excavation site with some. I believe they're taking some of the archaeology's regular students as well to kind of add to and help and things like that. But yeah, they're going on an active dig.
Well, that's the reason I ask. I live over on the Hiwassee River, and we have a lot of archaeological
They might be in your
areas
backyard.
there. So I'm wondering if they'll be in my backyard. You know, wave and say, "Hey, Lee students, how great! This is wonderful." And Lee is such a wonderful asset to our community.
Well, thank you.
It's just so great to have you all there, and every time you all build a new building, it's prettier than the last one.
Well, that is
And
the
the
goal.
landscaping is just to die for.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
We really strive to be a real asset to the Cleveland community and all of that. So
And you
thank
do a great job of it. Are you a Lee graduate?
I am.
Very good.
I
Okay.
am.
Now, folks, I told you about the International Women's Day at Lee, and Ellie told me that is in the chapel and the public is invited. But now, the chapel only seats 250 people.
It's small.
So if you want to go to this service at 10:45 this morning, you need to go ahead and make your plans to get out of your jammies and get on over there.
Yes.
Because speaking of gorgeous buildings you have on campus.
It's breathtaking.
It really is.
It really is beautiful. I think that there's pictures online. There's an online tour on our website that you can kind of take the chapel tour and look at the pictures and stuff. The pictures themselves are gorgeous, but then when you walk in there, it just takes your breath away. It's really beautiful.
Somebody said that it was booked out like for a year and a half for weddings or something.
It's heavily booked. It is heavily booked. I don't know the full timeline, but it's heavily booked. So if you want to get married, you better get in there quick.
Well, if I were a
Call
Lee
them now.
student, that's what I would want to do. I mean,
It's
even if I were a Lee
beautiful.
alumni.
Yeah.
And I think that would just be wonderful. And just gorgeous. I watch a lot of British comedies and
I do too,
and
yeah.
the countryside, and that's the kind of little churches you
Churches,
see
yes.
out there, and it's just wonderful. And I know Dr. Kahn had his heart set on that, and it's his baby, and I think he's just done a beautiful job with it. And speaking of Dr. Kahn, you have coming up the cystic fibrosis.
Yes, Great Strides is coming up at the very end of this month, March 31st. It's a Saturday. We're having the walk and the run on our campus like we do every year. And we've always had wonderful, wonderful support from the Cleveland community. And we're excited to have that again this year.
And I think that's great. And so how do you sign up to be, can it go online and sign up for that?
Yes, you can go online. I believe there's a link off the Lee website. So if you go to www.leeuniversity.edu, and then you can get on the link to the website.
Very good. That is, because that is a very worthwhile, and I know that's
It is.
very close to Dr. Kahn and Darlia's heart, is the cystic fibrosis. So, so be sure that you join in over there. But Encore,
Yes.
now we cannot register again until fall. There's
Until
no
the fall
summer
semester.
session.
There's no summer session.
Okay.
The next time to register is in the fall, and what we do is we will send out. We love to mail things. That's the
good.
best way to get the
Okay.
word out. So the easiest way to get on our mailing list is to email me. It's epfahl@leeuniversity.edu. But you can also go on our website, www.leeuniversity.edu/encore, and you can get my email address that way as well. But that's the best way to get on our mailing list. And then I will send you a packet over the summer of everything you need to register.
Okay, so you already know, I mean, you will know this summer when you send out the packets, the courses that are going to be available.
We'll publish those at the end of the summer, and then classes begin at the end of August. So we usually send those packets out end of July, early August, somewhere in that time frame. So you have a couple weeks to look over the classes and see, and then we'll open up registration.
Okay, and social networking should be one that you offer for a mini
I'll have to
course.
push for that one.
Because
It's a CASA.
honestly, well, is that part of social networking, CASA?
Picasa? Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
It's a photo uploading and development and things like that, and editing.
Yeah, because now Facebook has that thing where you put, they keep changing it. It drives me crazy. I need that Facebook one too. But now you have your little picture over here, and then you have this big one. I can't find one to put in the big one. I'm just a big blank. So yeah, I think the social media one would be a good thing.
A lot of people over 60 need that social networking.
Yes,
I know for
I think
sure
we do,
that
yes.
I do. There's no doubt in my mind that I need that.
Yes.
And I just, like I say, I think this program is wonderful. I've wanted to have someone on from Lee to talk about it before, and Merica Stum did hold
She
this
was.
position.
She did.
And now she has gone to, she's still at Lee.
She is.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
We wouldn't get rid of her.
exactly right.
Don't want to lose her.
She is now working with foundations.
She's
or
the director of the Alumni Fund.
Okay, all right. Director of Alumni Fund. So I happened to see her at Gardner's the other day, and I said, Merica, and she said, call Ellie. So I did. I did. And it's so wonderful to have you here. Now, tell them again how the Lee website, how do they find it?
It's www.leeuniversity.edu/encore.
/encore. And these are great. And I think your phone number is
614-8598.
or if you just call 614-8000, the switchboard will get you wherever it is that you need to be.
You can say Encore, you can say Ellie, you can say Community Relations. It all goes to me.
I had to spell your name the other day, but that was okay because I happened to have it written down from America, so I could spell it because
It's a hard
it is
one.
not F-A-L-L.
No, it is not. It is
It's-
pronounced like the season, but it doesn't look like that. It's kind of a consonant explosion.
It is. It's P-F-A-H-L, but that's pronounced fall. So,
Yep.
Ellie, thank you so much for being
You're
on. It's
welcome.
like I say, I love Lee University and I love promoting things that y'all are doing. And Encore, folks, some of you seniors need to think about this. It may be something you really, really want to do. And for
Absolutely.
$25,
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to look at where we're
Yeah.
going to go have
Do
the
you have
archaeological
any
dig.
evening classes?
Yes,
Oh,
most of them are in the
CBC?
afternoons, evenings.
Very
we,
good.
We
So
try to
even
do
if
them
you're
between
working-
that sort of 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock range. That way, it's not too early, it's not too late, where it gets dark and that kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, so usually they're between the 3 and 6 o'clock range.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's
Ellie,
good.
thank you
Yes.
so much.
You're welcome.
Folks, don't go away because we're going to talk about an art party in just a few minutes. So come right back and see us. And Ellie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had a recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what 2 of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, took about 25, 30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
Very simple process, and it's well worth it.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open in Cleveland. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is an incredible treatment, clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, migraine headaches, even sprains and injuries. It is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level, providing an array of health benefits. So whether you're dealing with a weekend sports injury, chronic condition, or looking for anti-aging, you owe it to yourself to explore what Hyperbaric Services can do for you.
Hi, I'm Brittany Jackson. Join me every Wednesday night at 6:30 and midnight where we will highlight local sports, chat with coaches, and discover new tips every week. Only on In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson.
Must be morning.
Yeah.
And we are back. And if you notice, Brene and I have something in our laps.
Yes.
And it's not warm and fuzzy, but it's very attractive.
It is.
And so
Cute and funky.
we're going to tell you all about it. Well, we're not, but Rhonda is.
Yes.
Rhonda Wilkins, and she has Create and Celebrate, and it's located on Georgetown Road.
Georgetown Road.
I pass it every day coming in, every day coming back out. See your great sign
Good,
there.
good,
She's got an
perfect.
artist palette and a really nice. So tell us what Create and Celebrate is.
Yes.
Create and Celebrate is an art studio, and we offer, they're kind of classes, but they're not like serious art classes. They're more of a party. We have
Like that idea.
They're more of a party.
Yeah,
I
we
think
like
I'm parties.
parties.
Yeah, they're usually about a 2 to 3 hour class, and what we do is we have different paintings on our website, and you pick which painting you want to sign up for, and you come in and we walk you step by step through creating that painting. So you go home with a piece of art that evening.
You mean
That
to
you
tell
create-
me that I could paint this?
You certainly can.
It's
I promise.
it's lovely.
I love that one.
I do
promise.
too.
I really do.
That's
Yes.
a new one.
Really
That one
nice.
has not been on our calendar yet, so that will be on there in April.
All right, so we go on your website.
Yes.
How do we do that?
It's www.createand, spell out the and,
Okay.
celebratestudio.com.
All right, and these would just
Click on calendar, and then it shows all the classes that we're offering.
And,
cool.
and so we can pick what we want to do.
Yes.
I think this is wonderful. Rhonda says I can do it. So,
You can do it.
You know, you can do it too. Now,
No experience required.
I love it. And you must have the patience of Job because I normally how many people are in a class?
Well, we have anywhere from 5 people to 25 people.
Oh, wow.
So, yes.
At one time.
At one time.
That does take patience.
Does everybody have to know each other? Or
No. If you sign, anybody can sign up. We also offer private parties. If you did want to get a group together for a private party, we can do that. The minimum for a private party is 10. For kids, we do groups. We do birthday parties and things like that.
That is
so
a neat
I think
idea.
that's
it's a
a wonderful
great
idea.
kids' birthday party.
How young will you take?
Well, we say we kind of recommend 7 or 8 and above. We have had a group of 6-year-olds, and they did awesome. We just kind of have to cater toward them specifically. So we can come up.
Cats.
The younger they are, the simpler the picture is?
Well,
or not
what we did
necessarily?
for our 6-year-olds that we had, we actually let them do more of an open studio kind of thing, to where instead of expecting them to follow directions for an hour, we just gave them paint, gave them canvases, and they just did whatever they wanted to do and had fun.
How neat.
Smart woman.
Yes.
Very smart.
Yes.
Now, do you want the adults to come with them when they have a party like that, or are they better behaved when the adults don't come with them?
It really doesn't matter. A lot of times the adults want to sit there and watch and help or whatever, and that's fine, but then sometimes they drop them off and just let them go, and that's fine too, as long as we have a contact number for emergencies.
Right.
We're good.
Right.
Great.
But I just think this party idea is just
I do
more
too.
fun. I was telling them when we were off the air during the commercials, I'm thinking about seeing if the Cherries Jubilee girls would like to go out and do a party, but we're going to take furniture instead.
That would be great. We can do
for
something
next
yes.
year. But
Fun.
because Rhonda is doing a couple of pieces for us for Cherries, because she also does fabulous finishes,
Right.
which is wonderful. But I think this is the neatest idea. So, roughly, what would it cost me per person to have a party?
For this size canvas, this is 11 by 14. For this size canvas, it's $25
Okay.
per person. Actually, for the private parties for the adults, it's $25 per person, regardless of the size canvas. We can do a 16 by 20 for the same price. We just give a little group rate there. An individual class to sign up for on the calendar, this size is 25. The larger ones are 30 per person.
Well, that's
All
still,
supplies included.
You know,
Yes.
and I figure if you learn how to do this in that session, then you could probably do other things.
You can, yes. We teach you little techniques to make it easier, so you'll know if you wanted to branch off and start doing some art. I know we've had people that have never painted before. They'll come in and then they come. We've got some that come pretty much weekly to a class practically every week.
Wow.
And it's awesome. They've just found a new hobby, and it's just great.
Oh, that is
Well, I hadn't
wonderful.
thought about that.
Yeah.
That is a neat idea.
It
You
is.
come and learn a technique, and then I
Right.
could go home and paint it on a chair.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
True,
See,
true.
This has such neat. I mean, there's speckles on the eggs. There's little
know.
bird's
Bird's
feathers.
feathers, the
and
downy
there's this
feathers.
that looks like straw all around it.
And some
Right.
string. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
And then
just-
this is just real funky.
That is so cute.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah, that's just funky.
Yeah.
That one's good for kids or adults. We have certain classes that
I
are
might
kind
could
of
do
family
this.
days where a lot of parents and their children come. It's a great mother-daughter activity.
Okay, so you do
Or-
family days.
Or
We
a
do.
grandparent.
Yes.
If you have, like, your grandkids
I bet
and
that
you
little
want to do some.
grandboy of yours would love to do
I
that.
bet he
Yes.
would.
We've got
yes.
some cute little lizards and
Oh yeah.
Oh, that kind of thing. That would
fun
be
stuff for
darling.
boys too. Yes.
Now, what time of the days do you usually have these parties?
We have various times. Our most populars right now are the evening classes. We do almost every night. We do Monday, Tuesday. We kind of skip Wednesday. We'll do Thursday, Friday, and then we're adding in April. We're going to be adding a lot more Saturday. We were kind of reserving Saturdays for private parties, but we're going to book them back to back. So we'll just keep adding, keep working, and we're also offering day classes. Some at 10 a.m. and then one in the afternoon.
How neat.
So
Those will probably go
10
well with
o'clock,
summer.
1 o'clock, and 6:30 is our typical times for classes.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I'm going to have a birthday party,
Yes.
I bring the refreshments.
You bring the refreshments. You can bring, if it's a kid's party, a lot of times cupcakes and, Kool-Aid or whatever you want to drink, those little drink boxes. Adults can bring whatever they want to. We've had some people actually bring in dinner and bottles of wine and
Wow.
whatever you want to bring.
Could we get on that guest
I
list?
think that sounds like fun. That would sound like
Even
fun.
if it's not a private party, if it's a regular party on the calendar, space is more limited at that point because you don't have a whole table to put your stuff out at. You just have to keep it beside you. But you can also bring your favorite drink, your favorite snack, and just sit there and enjoy
Paint and
some time.
eat and drink
We'll have some breaks because we have to dry the paintings in between steps. So you'll have a little social break there to where you can just kind of
Okay, so what am I painting with? Is this
Acrylics.
Acrylics.
It's
Okay,
all acrylics.
So it dries pretty fast. It's
It
not
does.
like an oil. Okay.
Right, correct.
I think this is wonderful.
I do too.
And
I just love that package.
well, I
I
just
love
think
that
it's
one too.
such a neat idea. Where did you come up with this idea?
Well, I had actually been to a similar place in Atlanta, and I've had my painting studio. I've been painting for 12 years, doing faux and decorative work in people's homes. So I had the studio space, I had the paint, so I was just like, why not try it?
And you have the talent.
So,
That's yes, because
and I've got some good, talented girls working with me
Oh,
now.
do you? Okay.
So yes,
Very
I've got,
good.
2, possibly 3 other instructors, 2 instructors and an assistant right now. But the assistant, she's definitely got potential for instructor. So
Oh, good. Yeah.
I just think it's the neatest idea because I can think of anything any more fun than to get a group together and go paint a picture. I just think that would be
It's
so
great.
much fun.
And
you
eat,
can
drink, and
critique
be
each
merry.
other. Yes, and you can critique each other as you go.
yes.
Like, and most of the time my group that I would go with would probably be critiquing the whole time. Sure. Do you have that problem? Does anybody ever get their feelings hurt?
Not usually.
Good.
I don't think so.
Good.
It's usually pretty laid back, pretty relaxed. In fact, most people say it's a whole lot cheaper than therapy. Because you kind of have to clear your mind when you're doing this, and you can't really think about anything else. So it's a good type of just creative therapy for a lot of people.
I'm going to have to go online and see what my
Check it out.
different
It's
options
awesome.
are. All right, www.create celebrate
Studio.com. I know
Okay.
it's really long. I
It
should
is.
have rethought that.
That's okay. But you go on and then you can see what now. Like on Mondays, do you just offer like this picture on Mondays, or how do you do
No,
that?
it changes every week. It's
Oh.
something different every week. We try to rotate all of our paintings out throughout the month. So, like next month, we'll try to offer something we didn't do this month. I'm not even sure how many paintings we have now, but we probably have 50 paintings or more that we kind of rotate back and forth.
Wow.
Yes.
So when you come, say on if I were coming this coming Monday
Mm-hmm.
night, I couldn't do that. I would do
You
whatever
do
is
whatever's
that-
on the schedule
of-
for
of
that night.
schedule. Oh,
Now,
okay.
we do also have open studio days where you can come, like if you're an experienced painter,
Mm-hmm.
you can come and you can get ideas from what we have on our wall. We've got all of our paintings hanging on our
Oh,
wall,
neat.
kind of like a big gallery in there. And you can kind of do things on your own. There will be someone there to kind of guide you if you need a little help, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not a step-by-step like the regular classes were.
Do you mind if somebody walks in off the street just to see your studio and to look at everything
Not
and kind
at
of
all.
get a feel?
Not at all.
And she is on Georgetown Road.
Yes.
If you're going from downtown on Georgetown Road, she's right before you get to the Southern Heritage Bank there.
Correct.
And the brick. The
And
little
you have
brick
to
orange
walk through the
shopping-
little courtyard to get to us. A lot of people are kind of confused when they pull in, they don't know where to go from there. But we're in the first building there to the left. It's kind of a U-shaped, and there's a pretty little sidewalk and a courtyard that you walk through, and
How
then you'll
neat.
find us.
Rhonda, thank you so much.
Yes,
for
this
being
has
on.
been so
This is- I
interesting.
think this is going to be
Yes.
so much fun.
you.
And we hope that you all will go take this $25 therapy and paint
Plan your
something-
party.
Yes,
plan
for
your
sure.
party.
Yes.
And
Kids'
just
birthdays.
give- that's
Yes.
right. And just give Rhonda a call. Thank you so
Thank
much. I
you.
appreciate
This
it
is
so
such
much.
a neat idea.
And folks, we hope you've enjoyed our day today because we have. And
Yes.
80 degrees today, 30% chance of rain. So go get your pedicure so you can wear your sandals.
Yes.
Thank you all so
Have a
much
good
for being
one.
with us.
Goodbye.